I'm Roy Potter, a former U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel. Welcome to the Potter Expositor. Hi ladies and gentlemen, it's the late hours of April 20th, early morning hours of April 21st, 2017. And I couldn't let today go by without putting some effort into this. Very serious things are happening. Not only do we have a possible war with North Korea that could pull in China and Russia, not on our side by the way, even though we're being told that it's just for controlling the refugees on the northern border of North Korea. There are other things that are happening. We have the situation in Syria that, based upon erroneous, in fact, not just erroneous, just plain out lies that there was a chemical attack by Assad on his own people, which is obviously not the case, and I've already explained that, and so have many other people, that that was a false flag, that Trump grabbed onto that for whatever reason, political or whatever. We have the situation with Turkey, which is now basically becoming a caliphate. The people have voted for that. I was talking about that earlier. I didn't allude to it in very strong terms, but it was obvious that it was happening, and now it's quite obvious that it is. We have this entire situation with Islam. We have this entire situation with what's going on in our own country, with the problems with immigration, ISIS coming in here, Antifa, the anti-fascists, supposedly. That's funny. They are calling others what they themselves are. A lot of terrible things that are going on, and I just had to bring all of this to a head. Okay, number one on the list. Today, Sessions said that Assange should be arrested. Let me show you that here real quick, because this is absurd. And so we're perfectly clear about this. Here is the tweet concerning The Guardian saying that Sessions is calling for the arrest of Assange. And here is my previous tweet to Roger Stone regarding the Director of Central Intelligence, Pompeo. As you can see, these are indicative of extremely troubling problems within the Trump administration. Okay, so I have to call it what it is. We are now having, under Trump's authority, he can't blame anybody else for this. Under Trump's authority, he is attacking those who supported him, who showed the corruption in the DNC, in Hillary, in Podesta, in the CIA, etc., etc. And now his administration, not just Pompeo initially, but now Sessions, who is going after Assange, or says that we should. Who is in charge of this country? It's not President Trump. Or if it is, he has betrayed us. He has lied through his teeth. He has perpetrated one of the most disgusting, despicable overthrows that I have ever seen, if that's what's going on here. This is ridiculous. There is no possible way that Trump can misunderstand what's going on here. And only he has the power to pull it back. And if it doesn't, he's it. It's the same canary in the coal mine I talked about, him not going after Clinton. And then somebody else, by the way, the Sargent report, you should go look at that, it's excellent, talks about the fact that the other canary in the coal mine, and he's very right about this, is global warming. Is there going to be a backslide on that because of Ivanka and Kushner? And I've got some things to say about that here in a few minutes. Very, very serious things happening. You know, all I hear from the Trump team is prosperity. I hear nothing about decency, integrity, honesty, the Constitution, Oh yeah, we're going to give power back to the people. Well, what does that mean? I want to hear about restoration of the constitutional republic, and we don't hear a word about that. It's very late. I'm not really up to this, but I'm doing it anyway. All right. So we have two major people in Trump's administration, Sessions and Pompeo, saying that they need to go after Assange, and by intimation, all of those who basically supported Trump. That's what that's talking about there. I hope you understand that. Open your eyes. Sessions wants to go on his big thing is the old, unsuccessful, ridiculous, total failure drug war. In the Army we had a thing that was called you reinforce success, not failure. Well, the drug war is a failure, and it's meant to be that way. Not that I like drugs, don't misunderstand me. It's what the establishment is using it for, to take control of us and the world. And Sessions has now become the puppet in that same mantra. And I suppose, of course, Trump is too. It's one thing to go after MS-13 and the drug cartels, etc., etc. But a war on drugs? No. How about a war on the cartels? How about a war on MS-13, etc., etc.? No, we got to call it a drug war, a war on drugs. That's as stupid as saying that we have a war on terror instead of a war on Saudi Arabia that it should be, on the Wahhabists. And I'll say it too, the Mossad for the stuff that they're doing. And the CIA, of course, the CIA. All of a sudden, have we forgotten that the CIA is the one that promoted ISIS and Al-Qaeda, etc.? Okay, I don't want to take a lot of time here, but I am going to say a couple of things here. Kushner. Okay, I keep hearing this bullshit that he's an Orthodox Jew. Okay, maybe he is. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But this is my problem with Israel at the same time, okay? If Israel really is the Israel of God, quote unquote, the God of the Judeo-Christians, right? Then why don't they follow Torah? Because they do not. Or they use it as a weapon against who they consider the Goyim. In other words, promoting, as Kushner and Ivanka do, transgenderism, homosexuality, those things. They are promoting that we do it. Do you understand that that is a method of destruction? Oh, I can't believe I'm so angry about this. I can't believe it. This is my problem with Israel. It is a substitute of the real Israel, and a real Orthodox Jew, a real one, will be able to tell you about it. Kushner isn't one. I'm sorry, he isn't. This is unbelievable what's going on here. He bought 666 Fifth Avenue. That's his center of operations. You can say a lot of things. We could surmise a lot of things. We could do conspiracy theory. But he's the one that chose the building, not us. Something really odd going on here. There's prima facie evidence that Islam is supported by the Western governments. Totally. Is it because we, as a people here in the West, have received and embraced the debauchery that has been presented to us by the Rothschilds and the Hanovers, the Queen of England, etc., and the Bushes? And the Rockefellers, we've swallowed it, so therefore we deserve our destruction? Yes, maybe so. Maybe it's time for those people who don't want to accept that to pull out. To find the holy place. In other words, to separate from all of this. How are you going to do it? I don't know. But obviously it has to happen, because that's what's going on here. They're bringing in the destructor. And it's Islam. And it's La Raza, etc. America First is dead. It's obvious to me. Under the promise of prosperity and being able to buy a new car every couple of years, and to get a better mortgage, and to get lower food prices and energy prices, all those material things, those promises, we've sold our birthright. I tweeted out tonight that that's exactly what happened. We traded our freedom and our liberty for a bowl of porridge, just like Esau did, that Jacob fooled him with. It was Jacob who later became Israel, who deceived Esau. Isn't this crazy? It's happening for real now. Esau sold his birthright for a bowl of porridge. And we're doing the same thing. At the beginning of all of this, I saw that Trump could be the Cyrus of the latter days and save the people. In a very short time, shorter than even I expected, Trump went from King Cyrus to the sellout King Saul, who became so concerned about his control and power and kingship that he just let integrity, honesty, and true spirituality go. You can't explain what's happening any other way. Trump is responsible for what his administration does. And Sessions and Pompeo are indicative of where all this is going. And I could name a lot of other things. A lot of other things. I just don't have the time. Maybe I could bring up the import-export bank situation. I thought maybe Trump was capturing that from the deep state, but I'm not so sure anymore because of all these other things that are happening. No, I'm not sure about that. Frankly, I think it's the status quo. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you supported Trump, you are now an enemy of the state. And Trump has helped to identify you. That's how I view this. I heard that Tim Kennedy, some of you might know who he is, re-enlisted and went to fight ISIS. Find it, right? You know what? They're going to be sold out. They're going to be sold out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stand up and we have to be separate from this and call it what it is. I can't cover for the shenanigans, for these charlatans any longer. I feel bad for Roger Stone. I feel bad for Alex Jones. I feel bad for Michael Savage, everybody who thought that maybe this would be the salvation of the Republic, the Constitutional Republic of the United States of America. It is not. Everything points to just the opposite. And I have to call upon all the patriots now to reevaluate and look at other courses of action to take now, because we've been betrayed totally, inexorably, inextricably. To go after Julian Assange in agreement by Sessions and Pompeo. They couldn't do that if Trump didn't agree to it. God help us. Not God bless the United States of America. God help the United States of America. But frankly, I don't think we deserve it. How many children, how many babies have we slaughtered in the womb? And since Roe versus Wade, and then maybe even before, how many unjust wars have we fought? I saw a young girl killed today in Venezuela by her government because all she wanted was to say, hey, we want food and freedom, and they killed her. Just like every government will kill anybody who stands up and says we want liberty, we want to be able to choose our own path. And it's not going to be any different here in this supposed United States of America. That's all I got to say. I don't know when I'll get this up. I am thoroughly, completely disgusted. We have a government out of control in Sessions, and Trump could pull it in, and they have refused to. They've gone after the same old trite things of the drug war and now whistleblowers. It's the same music. Out here.